Hey guys, it's Tash. Welcome back to my channel. It's so good to finally be filming a video again. So my last video that I did is when I went away with my partner Ollie, and since then I found out I was pregnant. I'm 17 weeks and 6 days today, so tomorrow I'm 18 weeks. I feel like it's going so quick. I was super sick for my whole trimester, my first trimester, and some of this trimester, but the last couple of weeks I felt pretty much back to normal, which I'm so grateful for. So today is going to be like how I found out I was, oh my god, I just ate Nando's, so I have like a little bit of indigestion. But today's video is going to be how I found out I was pregnant and all about my first trimester. So I'm super excited to film this video because so many people have wanted to see it and just like know more about my pregnancy. But yeah, let's get into the video. So I'm going to start with just like how I found out I was pregnant, and then we'll go into the first trimester. The first trimester like story is going to be mostly this video because I wanted to like touch base on how I was, and yeah, you guys also asked me questions about my first trimester, so we'll get into that as well. I'm trying to look at the camera like here, but it's really hard. I keep looking away as well, so I'm sorry. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, then you're missing out on like updates about this pregnancy, so go follow my Instagram. I'll leave it on the screen here. But also we are having a little girl. We found out through the Harmony test. I think we were almost 12 weeks when we found out we're having a little girl, which is so exciting. Me and my partner are so excited. I can't. It's literally the best feeling in the whole wide world. Like, yeah, I can't. So I just want to make a quick disclaimer as well before I get into the video. This is just my experience about my first trimester. Some of the things I may discuss is like mental health and stuff like that in the first trimester that could be triggering to some people. So I'm just giving you guys a fair warning before we do jump into the video. Pregnancy is not always this happy, beautiful thing, and that's what's encouraged me so much to do this video, because I did struggle a lot in the first trimester, and I want anybody else that does feel like that to be able to come into this video and watch it and feel less alone and feel, you know, connected to me. And I want to make your feelings valid because it's so normal and it's so okay to feel the way, you know, I felt in my first trimester. So before I get into the first trimester, let's talk about how I found out I was pregnant. It's not really that exciting, it's a really quick story, but I'll set the scene for you. Pretty much me and Ollie, I have been on contraception for years. Like the last one I was on was Marina, like the Marina IUD in my cervix. I think that's where it sits. But that got, like, that punctured my uterus or my cervix or something, got stuck somewhere in the wall of my inside, so I had to get surgery to remove that. And ever since then I was just like, I don't want to be on contraception, because every other one that I tried, like the pill, the one, what is it called, I don't know, just didn't work for me. It made me really moody or made me bleed, so I was like, I just don't want to be on contraception, we'll just be extra careful. So me and Ollie were always very careful, and then when we went to Apollo Bay, we weren't so careful. But in saying that, like, we weren't in that time frame, we weren't preventing it, and we also weren't trying, do you know what I mean? So like, it wasn't like a, oh my god, what if you get pregnant? And it wasn't like, let's have a baby. It was just like, if something happens this one time, it happens. So yeah, I know that's TMI, but I'm just setting the scene for you guys. So then, yeah, like 2 weeks later, I think it was, or something like that, I started feeling a bit different. I can't even remember the symptoms I was having. Honestly, I don't think I was having many symptoms at all. I think I was just more tired. And yeah, I didn't really have many symptoms. I hadn't even missed my, actually, did I miss my period? I don't think I missed my period, no, I didn't. It was like the day before I missed my period, and I test. I used the first response test. I should have brought the mirror upstairs still. And the first one was a very faint line. So I was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. And I just sat in bed and I was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. Like, I don't know, it wasn't that much of a shock to me, because I was like, I don't know, it's more, I was more excited. Like, I was like, yay, like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. Like, wow, like, I'm pregnant. Like, it happened that quick. Like, what? Like, yeah, so it wasn't like, oh my god, I'm pregnant, what am I gonna do? I was just like excited straight away, and I just laid in bed after that. I was like, all right, gotta get ready for work. Like, yeah, it was pretty chill. And I was trying to be so chill, so chill, because I wanted to do like a surprise for Ollie and like get him like a little box to open up and be like, you know, we're pregnant. But I literally just like, I couldn't wait. I was like laying in bed and I was like, I just want to tell Ollie. Like, me and Ollie are very impatient people. Like, when we found out the gender of our baby through the Harmony test, I got an email with the result and we were going to wait and do a gender reveal. And as soon as my doctor called me and said, you know, I've emailed you the results, like, it's there if you want to have a look, I was like, fuck. Like, me and Ollie were just laying in bed and we're like, okay, like, let's look. And we looked. And yeah, we've literally found out this laying in bed that she was a little girl. So that just shows that, like, we are both impatient people. So I was like, I can't. Like, I even ordered like a cute little jumpsuit, being like, and it was like something about daddy, like Daddy and Me, I think it was. And yeah, I had this whole plan and it went out the window as soon as I seen like the faint line. I also had a feeling that I was pregnant too, like before I even did the test. That's why it wasn't much of a shock to me, because I was like, well, it was that one time, and yeah, I feel like I'm pregnant. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we've been excited since day one, definitely. Ollie was a little bit scared, which is fair enough. He's a boy, like, he's scared of, you know, I think he's scared of like a big change. But yeah, that was just like the first week. Now, like, it's the best feeling ever. Like, genuinely, like, I don't know, I'm gonna get emotional explaining it, just talking about it. But I mean, like, watching your partner become a dad, like, it's the most beautiful thing. And like, when you guys are so in love, it's just like, it's the best thing ever. Like, watching him like talk to my belly and like getting home from work and being like, where's the belly? Like, genuinely it is the best thing and the best feeling ever. We should get into the first trimester thing now, because it's gonna be a big part of the video. Plus, you guys ask questions, so I need to answer them. I also wrote these notes a long time ago, so I need to go through them. It's so hard reading these notes again, because like, fuck, like, the first trimester for me was like, obviously fucking hard, like really freaking hard. So at the start of my pregnancy, I didn't get any symptoms really until week 5. So I found out about week, obviously, 4, just when I missed my period, just before I missed my period, I found out I was pregnant. It got confirmed, everything like that. And then week 5, I started to be sick, but I was like super sick. My doctor diagnosed me with HG, which is hyperemesis gravidarum, I think that's how you say it, which is pretty much a severe morning sickness. But I feel like severe morning sickness doesn't even come close to what this actually is. And then I got a medication that helped, but even until, like, it's like this feeling that follows you, the HG. It's like, yeah, like the medication definitely helped. I could keep food down, I could eat certain foods, which I'll get into like the foods I was eating, but like, it didn't fully go away until like week 14, and ever since week 14 I finally felt normal. But yeah, from week 5 to week 14 I threw up every single morning, like every day, every morning, no questions asked. But for about week 5 to week I'd say maybe like 10, maybe 11, I would throw up during the day, like at any time. But mostly from week 5 to week 7, before my medication, I was throwing up all day, every day. Like, nothing stayed down, not even water. I remember I got a mattress from the spare bed upstairs, and I put it in the lounge room, and I just sat on the mattress every single day. I'd wake up and just sit on the mattress and lay down all day, and I would cry and cry and cry and cry, because I could barely I literally couldn't shower. The hot water made me sick. I couldn't even stand up. Like, I would just sit on that mattress and go to bed, and like just do that every day. I was trying to take medications that HG, that it's recommended for HG. So I was taking like B12 vitamin. I was using Rest of It, which is a type of sleeping tablet that's recommended by a lot of doctors and things with HG. If you look on like the women's hospital in Melbourne, they also have it on their website, so if anybody wants to go have a look at the medications that you are recommended to take, that's what you're recommended to take. And then I was also taking adrenal, oh fuck, I can never say it, adrenatron. It's the wafers that you take to stop vomiting. So yeah, but at that point nothing was really working out. The medication wasn't working. I was, yeah, laying on the couch, on the mattress every single day, throwing up. I was crying every single day, like, not even just like a little bit upset, like I was bawling my eyes out every single day, because like this feeling of just sick, like, was just horrible. Like, it was so bad. I had to go to the hospital to get drips because I couldn't keep anything down. I lost like 6 kilos in 1 week, or like 2 weeks. I can't remember exactly. I should have written that down, but it was like 6 kilos I had lost, and you could just tell I looked so skinny. Like, I've got videos on my phone of when I went to the hospital on my Snapchat, and you can just see my face is just so skinny because I was just so like malnourished and dehydrated, and like all I could have at that point was icy poles. Like, people were telling me to have saladas, and I couldn't even eat saladas. Like, it was horrible. I'm a 1 day, like, because obviously with this, like, attached to the sickness, I got very depressed. Like, your hormones are obviously, you know, flushing your body because you're just developing it, like you're just growing a baby. But on top of that, like, I was super depressed, like so depressed, like, because I couldn't even fucking, like, I couldn't even shower. Like, I was just so, I was like a zombie. Like, I felt like a shell of myself. It was literally the worst time in my whole life. And like, when I'm saying all this, I don't want anybody to think that I'm ungrateful for being pregnant. I know some people, you know, take ages to get pregnant, but this is my story. This is how I felt. It was a very, very hard time. There was one time where, like, I was maybe like a week in to this sickness, and I just couldn't, like, I literally just, like, I can't even explain it. It's making me emotional thinking about how I felt. Like, I felt lonely. I felt so alone. I felt so isolated. I felt so sick. My partner still had to go to work, so a lot of the days I was here by myself. My mum, when she wasn't working, would come and help me. Like, I love her. She helped a lot as well. But like, mentally, I wanted to give up. I got really depressed myself. I like, either way, and if you speak to a lot of pregnant women that have HG, they can definitely relate. You either feel like you want to kill yourself, or you want a termination with a pregnancy. Like, and that might seem very harsh to say like that, but like, if you've had HG or you've been super sick in pregnancy, like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you just want it to end, and because you're so early in your pregnancy too, you've got another 30 something weeks ahead of you. You literally think like, how the fuck am I going to do this the whole time? Because there's no guarantee that you get better. Like, a lot of women get better by 12 weeks, but then a lot of women don't. Like, my mum, she was sick the whole pregnancy with all 3 of us girls. She's got 3 daughters, me, my sisters, and she was sick from the start to the finish until she gave birth. So it's honestly like luck of the draw if you stop being sick or not. So yeah, there was one time, it's really hard to talk about, but me and Ollie, I was laying in bed crying. Like, I was wailing crying, like, I mean, bawling my eyes out. Like, and I was like I'm gonna have to get an abortion. Like, I'm going to have to, like, I'm going to, like, I don't, and I was, the reason why I was screaming and crying so badly is because that was the last thing I wanted to do. That's the absolute last thing I wanted to do. But like, at that point, I couldn't even eat. Like, I couldn't even keep water down. Nothing was working. I was like, how am I going to do this? Because my mum had done this the whole pregnancy with us girls. I was like, I'm gonna get this the whole pregnancy. Like, what? And as well, like, it's hard to find doctors that really understand HG as well. So I was like, I had no hope at that point. I was like, and it was a really difficult time for me and Ollie. I'm so lucky I have him. Like, he just hugged me, and like, he's like, I'll support you in anything you want to do. And he was just hugging me the whole time. Like, he was like my rock in that point. Like, and I guess I didn't think I was gonna cry. I didn't think I was gonna get emotional talking about this, but I guess I am. Like, there was I've never felt a worse feeling in my whole life ever, because like, I've always wanted to be a mum. I've always wanted to be a young mum, and like, I am so happy that I'm having a baby with the love of my life. And the fact that like, it was like something so out of my control, that situation. Like, I felt horrible. I felt like a zombie. I felt like I wasn't even in control of my body at that point. I didn't even feel like Natasha. Yeah, like, and when that was like spoken about, like, I was like crying and screaming because I didn't want to get the termination, but it was like almost the only option at that point because of how I felt. I was losing either way. I was like, yeah, it was a very, very hard time, and even opening up about this is definitely difficult. But the reason why I'm opening up and saying it is because like, it happens to so many women and no one speaks about it, and I've never heard anybody speak up about this. And it's got nothing to do with mental health. It's got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with your choice of what you want to do. It's genuinely like that position where I was in, where I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? Either way, I didn't make my own decision because I knew I wanted my baby. I wanted to keep my baby, but I felt like I was literally going to die, like, because I was so sick. Like, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to go through, like, easy. Like, that's the hardest thing I ever had to do. And I thank, like, the universe every single day for, like, the path that I got given after this time, because I genuinely didn't think I was going to get through it. So yeah, after that breakdown that I had, and that's, like, I mentioned it as because that was such a big thing in my pregnancy, especially in the first trimester. That was like a breaking point for me. I was like, you know what, like, let's just try it each day. Let's just get through each day. So I got put on a stronger Odandotron. I can't say it properly, but it's the wafers. I got put on 8 milligrams. I think I had like 3 times a day. I came off the other ones, the rest of it, and the B12. They weren't doing anything, and I felt like they made me sicker. I also didn't take pregnancy supplements the whole first trimester because of how sick it made me. And a lot of women that have HG don't take them either because it makes them a lot worse. I now take them since the start of my second trimester. I've been taking them, but yeah, it's very common to feel very sick when you have HG with the supplements. But yeah, so once I started taking that medication, each day like got easier and easier and easier, and I had Ollie to support me. And like, it's so the only thing I ate for my whole trimester was lamb chops and mangoes. Like, that is all I ate. Like, lamb chops is the only thing I wanted every single day, with like garlic and lemon on them. Like, every single day I ate lamb chops. I think I would have eaten like easily like 300 lamb chops in my first trimester, because it's the only thing that I needed, like the only thing I could stomach. And mangoes, like, that's the only thing that was like food to me. I had such intense like food diversion that like everything else I ate, not even ate, everything else I looked at like food, literally it was like dog poop to me. Like, imagine like trying to force feed yourself dog poop. That's what I felt with food. Like, the worst thing was takeaway. I would think about Macca's or KFC, and like even now sometimes it happens, I'm like, ugh, like, it was horrible. Like, the thought of them foods like made me want to like, I would gag because it was just so disgusting to me. It was so gross. But yeah, all I ate was lamb chops and mangoes. So each day when I was feeling like, you know, stronger and better, because my partner Ollie would go down to Coles every single day after he finished work and get me mangoes and lamb chops and cook them for me and cut my mangoes up and give that to me. And if he wasn't doing it, it was my mum. So like, yeah, those two helped me so much, because that was the worst time ever. Because even I was like starting to feel better each day, I would still just sit on the couch most of the time and be alone and just cry, because obviously Ollie was at work. My mum couldn't always be with me, and I would just cry because I just felt so alone, and I was still very sick, but finally able to keep food down. In saying that though, I did throw up fucking the lamb chops and the mangoes a couple of times, but that's still the only thing I could eat. Everything else was like actual dog poop. I feel like I'm very heavy after explaining what happened with the breakdown. But yeah, I want to try like lighten this video up a little bit more, because it gets better. It does get so much better. Like, as you can see now, I'm in the second trimester. I'm 18 weeks. I'm almost halfway, and it gets so much better. But I will be making obviously more videos on my pregnancy. This is just the start, and yeah, as I was saying, I want to talk about it. Also, so at night time, when I would need to eat like at dinner time, I got really panicky. So I don't know why it would happen, but like I would be like, okay, it's time to eat, and then at night time, my camera cut out for a second. Okay, so as I was saying, so at night time I would get really panicky at dinner time when it was time to eat. Like, as I was eating better, I could eat obviously my lamb chops. Sometimes I'd eat like bangers and mash as well. Bangers and mash and lamb chops, I would eat those for dinner. But I just get really panicky and overwhelmed, because if my stomach got too empty for too long waiting for dinner, then I'd get hungry, I'd get sick. So if I felt like and any sort of empty stomach, I would throw up and be really, really sick. So every time at night time when I'd be waiting for dinner, I'd get really panicky and like freak out because I just needed to eat, and like all I wanted to eat was like the dinner that we're making, but it was going to take a couple minutes obviously to prepare dinner. And I was like, oh my god, if I don't hurry up and eat something, like I'm going to throw up. But I don't want to eat anything other than the chops because it's the only thing I can eat right now, because everything else is dog shit. So that went on for a couple of weeks. Honestly, this all went on until I was like 14 weeks. When I was really sick as well, obviously we got put in lockdown too, so I was in lockdown for pretty much my whole first trimester, which was honestly good for me because I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything in my first trimester, because I was so sick I couldn't do anything, so I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything either. And yeah, so I didn't mind being in lockdown. It was sort of convenient for me, but I got really anxious in lockdown because I would sit inside a lot by myself and I couldn't even go for a walk or make myself feel better, so I felt very anxious. I was literally inside for like 10 weeks straight, you know, so that wasn't good, but I got through it, so it's okay. At 10 weeks and 4 days I started bleeding and went to the hospital. Everything was fine though. That was a bit scary. Well, obviously it was scary. I was crying the whole way to the hospital, but they said like they did an emergency ultrasound and there was nothing. There was they couldn't find where I was bleeding from, and they said it can literally just happen sometimes. So we were all good. And all my scans and, you know, and the harming test, every test I've got and stuff has been fine. Like everything's been perfect, so everything's good. And yeah, foods I crave, obviously lamb chops and mangoes are my like #1. As I said, bangers and mash for dinner as well was something I really liked. Just lollies, like lollies. Even now, like all I eat is lollies. I had to get I literally just got the blood test done like 3 days ago, but I had to do my gestational diabetes early. They wanted me to do it early. I'm not even talking right. My doctor wanted me to do it early because I was craving the lollies so much. She was like, we're just gonna do it just to be safe. I don't know if there's any correlation with that obviously yet. I haven't got my results, but yeah, all I want even now, like this is a craving that's lasted the whole time. I'm pretty much over the lamb chops and mangoes now. Like I haven't eaten them in ages, but lollies, like I always have to have lollies on me. Like I've got a massive bag up there on my table of just like lollies from the lolly shop, because I always need to have lollies. Like if I'm driving somewhere, I need to have lollies. Like lollies is just my thing. I love it right now. Like it's all I eat. So yeah, I feel like that's all I have to say about my first trimester. I feel like that went quicker than what I thought. I just wanted to say that it is a very heavy thing I've spoken about today. If anybody watches this and needs to speak to somebody, my DMs on Instagram are literally always open. Feel free to message me. If you don't feel comfortable talking to me, it's also helplines, like Lifeline if you want to have a chat if it's triggering. I don't want anybody to feel triggered, because I know that it can happen. So yeah, if you do, again, DMs open, if not helplines. I just want to be as open and raw and honest, because I feel like, I don't know, it's on social media. When you're on social media, I feel like I have an obligation to be honest and open, and I don't want to create this fake facade of pregnancy being beautiful and this amazing thing. Like yes, it's beautiful and it is so cool what our bodies can do, but we go through hell and back to get our little beautiful babies. Like it's nothing, it's not easy. It's far from easy. It's different for everybody. This is my story and how I'm in my first trimester. And now I'm 18 weeks with the most perfect, beautiful little baby girl. My partner and I are so over the moon. We're so excited to meet her. My pregnancy now as well is so much better. Like I can eat whatever I want. I literally eat whatever I want now. I'm not sick, I don't throw up. Sometimes I do, but not much. Yeah, now I just feel pregnant. Like my bum's growing, my back hurts, like I get puffed out really easy. Like I'm sure in this video you can hear like me being like I get puffed out super easy. It's hard to walk up the stairs. I'm only 18 weeks, I'm not very big. Like my bump isn't very big at all, but yeah, like now I just feel pregnant and I'm enjoying pregnancy now. Like I'm so excited to meet her. Like it's just enjoyable. And just in my story, unfortunately I had to go through a really hard first trimester, but I want to be open about it, because I know there's so many women that go through this in silence and don't have anybody to speak to. So I want this video to be, again, a safe space for people to come and watch. So question, so somebody asked how you dealt with the anxiety being and feeling so sick. At the start, again, it was like so hard. I don't think I dealt with it at all. Like, it just consumed me. The way I got through it was literally my partner Ollie, like just him hugging me, telling me that I'm doing such a good job. Like, his word of affirmation really helped me, like how supportive he was. Like, if I'd asked him to go and get me something to eat at, like, you know, if he was tired after work and and I asked him, could you get me chops, he would still go and do it for me, because he's like, okay, well, I just want her to eat, like, I'm gonna go get it for her. Like, having my supportive partner was like the best thing I could have ever asked for in this pregnancy, like, genuinely. Like, because it would have been hard for him too to watch me like that, and he couldn't do anything to help me. I get really emotional. But yeah, I'm just very grateful for Ollie. Like, ew. If he watches this, he's gonna get the biggest head because I'm crying over him. It's really hard, like, talking about this, honestly. I think as well as just being so vulnerable, because, like, obviously what I spoke about was pretty heavy, and there's always going to be people that watch my videos and, like, judge or laugh at me. Someone asks your feeling and thoughts when you found out. I was just really excited. Like, I was a little bit scared, like a little bit nervous, obviously, but yeah, it was mostly just excitement and like, oh my god, like, it happened that quick. Like, I was more shocked, I think. Somebody said, were you guys actively trying for a baby? As I said, we weren't trying, but we also were definitely not preventing it. Yeah, it literally took one time. So yeah. How did you cope with no one knowing about your pregnancy? What was that? What was that, guys? I don't know. I guess my family, obviously, they all knew, and they were so helpful, so it was like really good to have them. And I also obviously told my close friends and stuff. But I had, like, even my friends that would listen to me, like, I cried on Snapchat like every single day and sent them videos. So, like, I appreciate them so much, because they obviously kept it a secret, but obviously helped, like, just like calm me down a lot of days where I just felt like I couldn't do it. So I'm very thankful for them. But yeah, I don't think it didn't really affect me much, people not knowing. I got really nervous announcing it because I was so used to people not knowing. So yeah, when we announced it, it was definitely like nerve-wracking but exciting. Somebody said, I would love to hear how you're feeling as a young mum. Love you. I love you too, beautiful. I don't know, I'm excited. My older sister was the exact same age as me. So she fell pregnant when she was 20. I fell pregnant when I was 20. And then we both turned 21 on when we were pregnant. So I turned 21 like 2 weeks ago. And she turned 21 when she was pregnant. So I sort of just had to keep the tradition going. But yeah, I think because I watched her be such an amazing mum, a single mum as well, at such a young age, and watch her absolutely smash motherhood, and like looking at the person my older sister is today, like what she'd achieved for her and her daughter, it's like, yeah, like I know that I can do it, because like if I'm half as good as like my older sister is as a mum, as a young mum, then I'll be fine. Yeah, my friend also said, another question thing was like HG, the struggles where women have to go through that in pregnancy. This girl said that her sister had it. So I feel like that's like, you know, the whole, perhaps the whole topic of this was what it's like to pretty much have HG in your first trimester. I can't speak beyond that because I only had it in my first trimester. My heart, seriously, I could cry right now, because my heart goes out to all the women that have to go through this, like having HG for the whole pregnancy. Like, that is just, I like can't even, like, I can't even begin to process of what that would feel like. Okay, well, I think that wraps the whole video up. Pregnancy is a hard thing that we have to go through, but I think the more we're open and honest and we break down this facade that pregnancy is this perfect, beautiful thing on social media, then I think the more connected we all are, and the less judgment there is around pregnancy. And yeah, just honestly, if you know a pregnant woman, give her a hug, don't judge her, don't tell her what not to do. Just hug her and be there for her and hang out with her and ask how she is. I feel like I've spoken so much. I hope this isn't too much of a long video. Yeah, I'm going to be filming more pregnancy videos, but I want to know what you guys want to see, like what type of pregnancy videos you want to see. So just comment them below, or send me a message on Instagram so I know what you guys want to see. The ones from here on out will definitely be on a more positive note, because since my second trimester started, I've been so much better and so much more happier and genuinely have been enjoying my pregnancy now. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Love you guys so much, and I'll speak to you in my next video.